If you're running Facebook or Google ads and aren't using a CRM, then this episode's for you. Even if you aren't advertising, if you run a business in general, having a CRM is super important for any business to just keep themselves organized. A CRM is a customer relationship management tool. Essentially, a good way to explain this is it's like a contact list on steroids. It brings everything together for your sales, marketing, and customer service so that you can keep track of all the conversations you're having with your customers and potential customers. Now, in today's session, I'm going to be walking through HubSpot CRM. This is one of the industry's best CRM tools, and it's one that I use in my business as well as help my clients in using. The reason I recommend it is it just plays nice with everything. It integrates with your website super well. It integrates with your email systems very well. It can integrate with Google and Facebook ads and pull leads in. And that alone saves you about $50 a month instead of having to use tools like Zapier to connect the two together. Their free version is fantastic for small businesses and startups. And they've recently updated their pricing here in Australia to $20 a month for some of their CRM services. So I'm going to walk you through how and why you should be using this and how to get started. Now I've gone to the HubSpot website, which is HubSpot.com, and I'm looking at their CRM software here. They are one of the industry leaders in CRM technology. And as I said, they plug into all different types of websites super well. They plug into WordPress and have a plugin there that can allow you to create pop-ups on your website, can integrate with WooCommerce, it can integrate with Shopify, and it just means that your customers' information is automatically sent through and you can see all of the communication back and forth. If you're wanting to start, all you need to do is go click Get Free CRM and go through the onboarding guide. Now, I already have an account here, as you can see, and I can set this up to create a new account. And it's just going to walk you through what it is that you do. Finish this off, and where you'll get to is a welcome screen, which should look something like this. This is the Getting Started guide, and I definitely recommend running through this as well. The main things that you want to be looking at with a CRM is using this for your marketing, using it for your sales, and using it for customer service. The way that you can use this in your sales and marketing is that you can use this to attract new leads. You can connect this up to your Google and Facebook ads, and then anyone who fills out a lead form on Facebook or on Google will automatically be imported into HubSpot, and you can email them, you can call them, and keep a track of those conversations in the system. If you're on the free version, you can't set up automatic emails, but if you upgrade to that $20 per month plan, you'll be able to set up an automated flow to say anyone who comes through from a Facebook ad, send out these messages. And I would say that can be a really beneficial tool to do. You can also integrate SMS marketing so that you're sending them an email and a text message as soon as they drop into HubSpot. That's a bit more advanced than we need to go into today. But what I'm going to show you is how you can use this for your marketing. You'll see at the top in the menu here that there's a bunch of different sections. The first one is contacts. So this is any of those leads that come through, or if you integrate your emails, if you're emailing back and forth with a customer or with anyone in general, you can import those automatically into your contact list. And the contacts will show you a profile of that person, their contact details, and any recent communications that you've had, like emails, phone calls, even Facebook messages. If you've integrated this with your website, it'll show you what pages they visited on your website, how long they spent there, and if they've purchased products, which I think is really cool. The conversation section allows you to link up several different channels and bring it all into one place for you and your team to work on together. You can have your email account. So if you have an info @ or a support @ email address, you can link it up here. Then you and your team are able to see those emails as they come in and assign it to the relevant person. You can link up live chat on your website as well, and HubSpot actually integrate this for you if you have connected it to your website. You can add forms to your website or onto your ads, onto your landing pages, or even pop-up forms, and that will drop in as well. And then Facebook Messenger is also something that you can use on the conversations flow. So you can go through these one at a time. It will prompt you on how to connect each of those individually. I highly recommend connecting your email account because it can save you hours of going through your inbox to try to find the right chain, the right email. You can actually go into HubSpot, search the contact, and it will show you all of the conversations that you've had with them. You can even search for the conversation as well. I know you can do that in your email, but it's much better in HubSpot. The next area that we're going to look at is your marketing. So what you can do is you can actually connect your ad accounts into this. And what it will do is it'll pull in all of the data from your Facebook ads or Google ads and show it in one place. So right now we are working with a client and we've been running some campaigns to help promote their in-person event, which is on in September. If you're in Australia, definitely recommend checking them out, dancingfreedom.com. And you can go through and see all of the contacts that have come in, how many clicks they've gotten, and the number of impressions. It'll even break down the percentage of each of those people coming through. So they're actually seeing pretty good conversion rates from each step. 4% for people seeing that to actually clicking is very high. And then having those clicks then become contacts, it's also pretty good. So it looks like that's working out very well. In here, they can actually click onto those contacts and immediately see that in the HubSpot CRM. So it will show a list of those contacts and allow you to see them in real time and then click through on them so that you can contact them as well. I think that's fantastic, really cool tool. And it saves you so much time because, like I said at the beginning of the video, with Facebook and Google Ads, those leads just sit in Facebook and you have to manually pull them out. If you want to connect it to your CRM, generally you have to get a third-party tool like Zapier, which is then going to connect the two platforms. And that costs $50 a month for their advertising connections, which is insane. So having a free account on HubSpot, you can get that connection and save yourself $50 a month. This is where you can find all the contacts that have come through from any lead campaigns from Facebook or Google Ads. You can even connect it to LinkedIn ads as well. However, Google and Facebook seem to be the dominant players in digital advertising. Going back to the marketing, another really useful feature with HubSpot is their bulk email tool. Just like MailChimp or any other email system, you can send out bulk emails via the HubSpot platform. And on the free version, you get up to 2,500 emails a month. You can send these out at any time, just like a newsletter, and you can craft lists so that you can email people easily and effectively. What I've done for this one is I've set up a draft email, just to give an example. I've created just a really basic personalized email. I don't want to go too fancy because we want it to feel like a personal outreach. You can see that you can drag and drop elements in here very easily if you want more text or you want to put in an image, and you can edit that right here in the browser. Now, if you want to change the settings, you can choose the subject, the preview text, and an internal name for that, and even choose which email address that you want it to be sent through to. If you connect your business email to your HubSpot inbox, you can then send it from there. So I highly recommend connecting that so you can use it in your bulk emails. And then once you're ready to send, you can choose the recipients and you can send that out in here. Now, what I've done is I've created a list, which should actually have everybody in here, but that would be anyone who's come through from a Facebook ads campaign in Australia. So straight away, they'll be able to send that email out without having to mess around and try to find each individual person or send it out one at a time. So as you can see, it can save a lot of time and effort by going through this and not having to do one email at a time. Automation is your best friend in this world, especially with digital marketing. So the emails can be really helpful. Now you can create a regular email like this, or you can set up automated emails as well. The only unfortunate part is that it's not on the free version. The automated responses or automated campaigns are only available if you upgrade to their paid plan. So if you do want, let's say a lead comes through from a Facebook ad and it comes into HubSpot and you want an email to go automatically to say, hey, Kyle, welcome to this. Here's some more information. Reach out if you have any questions. You'd have to be on the paid plan to make that work. But it's a really helpful and really handy way to set things up. Now, the next thing that I want to talk about is they do have some really cool landing pages and websites. You can actually create a free website on HubSpot really quickly and easily. I connected this up for a client the other day and it took 10 minutes to create a website. That was connecting it to his domain and then just getting the 5 basic pages going. Now, in order to do this, you do need to have a domain, and then you'll obviously need to update your content. So you need to design the website and add in your written content, your images, your videos, and all of your call to actions. But you can set up a website really fast and really easily using this. So that is something that I really recommend looking at. If you don't have a website, HubSpot can help you with that. And then lastly, you can create landing pages on the fly very quickly with this. Landing pages are essentially like a sales page. You don't want to have people sent to your homepage for everything that you promote. You probably want to have something that's very specific to that offer that you're offering. So for example, if we were to, let's say we wanted to do a webinar or we wanted to create a free download, you would use a landing page so that you're not sending them to a homepage and they're getting lost with all the information. You're keeping it very tailored to the offer that you're wanting to suggest. So let's say it's this guide here. We're wanting to give people a free guide. So we could run an ad on Facebook, say, would you like to download our free guide? And then we'd be able to send them to this landing page where we would have it so that they'd be able to download this. We'd have a form. That form would just ask for their name and email. And then from that, we would send an automatic email to say, hey, Kyle, thanks for your interest. Here's the downloadable guide. Please download below. And this would just keep people focused and make sure that they're only here to see the information about that guide. So this saves you a ton of time. Rather than going through a web developer to get this added to your website, you can set it up in HubSpot and you can track all of the results through this tool as well. So landing pages are great. You can even create a website on there. And I think those are the main things that you'd want to focus on in terms of your sales and marketing. We've looked at ads, we've looked at emails, we've looked at landing pages, and I even showed you that you can build a website on here. We've talked about contacts and conversations. One last thing I will point out is that you can set up a free meeting booking tool. So rather than using Calendly or Acuity Scheduling or any of these other tools, they actually have this built in on the free version as well. The level of features that HubSpot's built into their free platform, I think, is astounding and can save small business owners, I think, hundreds of dollars a month on software that they're probably wanting, but maybe can't afford when they first start out. So I think HubSpot is great for anyone who's starting a business or a small business owner who's trying to do everything themselves. This is a great tool to help you in making your life easier and getting more bang out of your buck. $0 is pretty good bang. The last section I'm going to focus on is sales. Now, this is a bit more advanced and maybe best to cover off in another video, but essentially your sales pipeline is a process that people will go through in order to start working with your brand. Let's go back a bit. So deals are essentially, you've talked to a contact, they've expressed interest in one of your products or services, and you're helping them through that sales pipeline to becoming a paying customer. Looking at our client, Dancing Freedom, they have an event in September that's a soul quest and allows people to come and attend amazing workshops with them. And they're there for days at a time. So they will have a sales process that they go through because people want to know more information. They want to know about payment plans. They want to know about accommodation and meal requirements, dietary requirements, things like that. So there's a lot of questions that people go back and forth on. So let's say that those leads that they've gotten that have come in from Facebook ads into their contact section, they are reaching out to them and people are expressing their interest. What we would recommend is using this to keep a track of those deals. So a lead is just that. They've expressed, hey, I'm interested, but they're not a sale. They haven't signed up for anything. So what we'd want to do is probably say, hey guys, if you're interested, you can reach out and book in an appointment with us where you talk to us one-on-one about your goals and how we might be able to help you with our workshop. So you would be booking in an appointment, and if they did book one, they would live in this section. Once they've gone through that, you would send them through maybe a presentation, or you'd say they're qualified to buy. Yes, they're interested. And then you're trying to move them through these steps. So for example, let's just get this going. So example, sales pipeline, appointment scheduled. Let's say it's $199, and we'll say that this is for me, if I can. Don't know if it'll allow me to. Nope. But you can link up the contact and you can link up a company. And once you have a deal in here, it'll show up here in your deals pipeline. And as you're working with that contact, you'll be able to drag that along and be able to see how many people are at which stage. When you get to a point where you have a dozen different deals at a time, you do want to know which one is at which stage. And you want to be able to see how much you have in your pipeline so that if they're at that stage where they've applied and we're just now sending them the invoice and they need to pay that, we're just following up with that first payment, then they're pretty close to signing up, right? So they'd have a higher likelihood and a higher weight to somebody who has just expressed some interest and they might have an appointment scheduled to speak with us. So you can customize each of the steps along this process, but you want to make it so that it follows the process that you go through with somebody who's interested in working with you. And once they get to the stage where they have paid their invoice and they're a new customer, you can say, yes, that's been won. And you can even automate some of this so that once it goes to the close one stage, those automated emails I shared with you before can automatically be sent out. And that could be, hey, we're so excited to have you start. Here are the next steps. Here's what we need you to do. Here's how to prepare, whatever it is. And if you unfortunately didn't get the business and they decided not to, you can also say closed, lost, and that can create automation as well. Just because people say no doesn't mean it's no forever. It could be just no, not now. So sometimes you can set up automation where it says, follow up with this person in 3 months or follow up with this person in a year type of thing. Because if they were interested in your workshop, let's say, and you do a workshop every year, then you probably want them to come back next year. Now you can customize these to suit your sales pipeline, but just as an example, let's say that it was this client, Dancing Freedom, or it was my business. We might book in an appointment for a client who's interested in marketing services. Once we've talked, they've said, yes, we're interested. We want help with Facebook ads or Google ads. And can you please send through some more information? So we move them to the next stage, which is qualified to buy. We might send them through more information. So that would be, we've sent them a presentation. And then let's say that they are just thinking about it. We'd move it to the next stage. So you can create each of those different stages that you want. And once you have a deal, So having that kind of automation in place can be really effective and just help you close more deals or help more people, to make it sound less salesy. So that's pretty much it in terms of the beginner's guide to HubSpot. I think it's a fantastic tool. There's a lot more in here that I haven't had time to go through, but I definitely think that it's something worth getting into your business, especially on a free version, because it is so helpful and really does make your sales and marketing more effective. So that's pretty much it, folks. I just wanted to run through everything there. There are extra features that I haven't gone through today because I think I'll save that for another video. If you did like this, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Feel free to comment below. Otherwise, all the best for your marketing and stay tuned to the next episode. Cheers.